When most people hear the word Iran, they picture headlines, politics, conflict. But what if there's another side of this country? One that almost never makes the news? An Iran where the smell of fresh saffron drifts through the streets before sunrise. Where bazaars that are centuries old still buzz with life every single day. Where modern metro trains carry millions of people beneath one of the busiest cities in the Middle East. Where young people laugh over coffee. Families stroll through quiet parks. And street musicians play for total strangers. This is Iran the world rarely sees. Today, we're leaving politics at the door and stepping into the everyday life of over 90 million people. Welcome to the side of Iran that almost nobody shows you. As the first light hits Tehran, the city slowly comes alive. Bakeries pull warm, fresh flatbread from traditional ovens. Taxi drivers sip hot tea before starting another long shift. Street vendors arrange colorful fruits, herbs, and spices, the same way their families have for generations. Soon the sidewalks fill up, students heading to class, office workers rushing for the metro, shop owners raising their shutters for the day. Families getting ready for whatever comes next. Iran's cities are a study in contrast. Glass skyscrapers rise beside centuries-old mosques. Luxury malls sit just a few streets away from ancient marketplaces. That contrast is part of what makes these cities so unforgettable. For first-time visitors, the biggest surprise is often this: how alive the streets feel, from early morning until late at night. Life moves fast here, but people still make time to stop and talk. Hospitality is one of the deepest parts of Iranian culture. Even strangers are often welcomed like old friends.
هم خوشمزن و دارگردوام از اینجا میگیرم. دوربین تو بنده رو بچه بلالا. جک ترشی سالاد بچه بلالن دیگه. منظم و مرتب. بچه بلالا خود مغز بادون برنامه‌ای نداری؟
If you want to understand a country, start with its food. Across Iran, the smell of grilled kebab drifts through busy streets. Fresh bread bakes all day long. Traditional stews simmer for hours, sometimes an entire afternoon. Small cafés pour strong, dark Persian tea. And local sweet shops display trays of pistachio, rosewater, saffron, and honey desserts. Every neighborhood has its own favorite food stall, the one everyone swears is the best. Then there's the Grand Bazaar in Tehran. It's not just a marketplace. It's a living piece of history. Thousands of small shops selling hand-woven carpets, gold and jewelry, handmade crafts, traditional clothing, spices in every color imaginable. The sounds alone are unforgettable. Merchants calling out greetings, families bargaining, laughing, kids weaving through the narrow passageways. For a lot of visitors, this is where Iran finally feels real. Just outside the bazaar, a different world exists. Modern malls packed with a younger generation. Global fashion trends blending with local style. Coffee shops full of university students, talking about business, art, technology, and where their future is headed. Just like young people anywhere else in the world, they're chasing opportunity, chasing success, chasing a better tomorrow. One of the biggest surprises for foreign travelers, Tehran's metro system. Millions of people rely on it every single day. It's fast, it's affordable, and it never really stops moving. Above ground, wide highways stretch across the capital. Busy intersections give way to quiet, tree-lined parks. After work, people walk with friends along shaded streets. Families gather in public gardens. Kids play as the evening air cools down. In several cities, rivers and waterfront parks become the place to unwind. People come for fresh air, for exercise, for a break from the noise of traffic. As night falls, restaurants start filling up. Street lights reflect off the pavement. Musicians set up in public squares. The pace slows down, but the city never fully sleeps. In the crowds, you'll see confident young women and men out with friends, out with family. Many visitors notice something else too: how much care people put into their personal style, all while staying true to local customs. And it's often the small things, a warm smile, a passing conversation, that leave the deepest impression. An impression that's very different from what most outsiders expect. It's easy to judge a country by its headlines. It's much harder and much more important to understand the people who actually live there, behind every shop, every cafe, every metro station, every market stall. Are ordinary families just trying to build a good life. Parents working hard for their kids. Students cramming for exams. Artists chasing new ideas. Small business owners taking a chance on something of their own. Neighbors looking out for neighbors. Travel has a strange kind of power. It reminds us that governments make headlines, but people make memories. Whether you're walking through a crowded bazaar, sharing tea with a local family, watching the sun set over a city park, or just trading smiles with a stranger on the street, you start to realize something. The everyday lives of people, everywhere, are often far more alike than they're different. Maybe that's a side of Iran the world just doesn't see enough of. If this journey changed the way you see Iran, even just a little, then this documentary did its job. Because real understanding doesn't start with politics. It starts with people. Thank you for watching. And remember, sometimes the most extraordinary stories are hiding in the most ordinary streets.